The human being is addicted not to alcohol, not to drugs, but to stories. A story is the greatest narcotic ever invented. And the tragedy is, you think it's you. You believe you are living a life. You are not. You are living inside a narrative about who you are, a narrative about what happened to you, a narrative about what others think of you, a narrative about success, failure, love, betrayal, destiny. That narrative is what I call the story, and the story is intoxicating, not because it is true, but because it is psychologically delicious. A man who believes I was wronged will replay that story for 30 years. A man who believes I am destined for greatness will replay that story for 30 years. Different stories, same addiction. The mind feeds on interpretation the way a drug addict feeds on heroin. You wake up and immediately the mind starts narrating. My life is improving. My life is terrible. People respect me. People ignore me. I am disciplined. I am falling behind. These are not reality. These are scripts. And the most dangerous part, you think the script is you. You say, this is my personality. This is my identity. This is my journey. No. Those are stories the mind keeps repeating until you forget that they are stories. Just like an actor who forgets he is on a stage, freedom begins in a strange place. Not by improving the story, not by creating a better narrative, but by seeing that it is a narrative at all. The moment you see that clearly, something cracks. You begin to notice the mind narrates constantly. Every emotion is tied to a narrative, every insecurity is a narrative, and then a strange silence appears. Because if the story is not you, then who are you? That question is where the real work begins. The self you defend, improve, and worry about is mostly narrative. And when that narrative weakens, a different kind of intelligence appears. Not from the mind, from clarity. Imagine a man who walks into a theater. He sits in the front row. The lights go off. A movie begins. At first, he knows it is only a film. Actors, music, scenes. But slowly, something strange happens. He forgets. He forgets he's sitting in a chair. He forgets the theater. He forgets the world outside. Now, when the hero suffers, his heart aches. When the hero is betrayed, anger rises in him. When the hero wins, he feels victorious. Tears come, fear comes, hope comes, all from shadows on a screen. And the entire time, he never once questions, why am I reacting to a story? Human life is exactly this, except the theater is the mind, and the movie playing is your story. The mind whispers a script all day. I am this kind of person. My childhood shaped me this way. People respect me. People don't see my worth. I must become successful. I must prove myself. Scene after scene, dialogue after dialogue. You laugh, you worry, you chase, you suffer, all because the movie feels real. Now imagine something unusual. Halfway through the film, the lights suddenly turn on, and the man realizes he is not inside the story. He is sitting in a chair. The hero on the screen is not him. The betrayal was not his. The victory was not his. It was only a projection of light. This is the tragedy of the human being. Not that he drinks, not that he takes drugs, but that he is intoxicated by his own narrative. The story of who I am, what my life means, where I am going. And the addiction is so deep, he defends the story. He protects it, he improves it, he polishes it, but he never once asks, is this story actually me? The narcotic is not alcohol. The narcotic is meaning. The narcotic is identity. The narcotic is the constant narration in the mind saying, this is your life. And the most dangerous sentence a human being ever speaks is, this is just who I am. Because that sentence is the mind sealing the story, locking the prison, and throwing away the key. But once in a while, for a rare person, the lights in the theater flicker just for a moment, and he sees something terrifying and beautiful at the same time. The movie was never him, it was only a story. And the moment that is seen clearly, the spell weakens, the narcotic begins to wear off. And for the first time in his life, the man is no longer inside the movie. He is simply watching. A story is intoxicating not because it is true. Truth, strangely, is very quiet. Truth does not flatter you. Truth does not console you. Truth does not give you identity. Truth simply is. But a story feeds the psyche, and the psyche is always hungry. Imagine two possibilities. One is truth, the other is a story. Truth might say, a meeting went poorly, that is all. But the mind immediately begins cooking something more flavorful. The mind says, they don't respect me. I always get overlooked. People don't understand my value. One day I will prove them wrong. Now notice something. The event lasted 5 minutes. The story can last 5 years. Why? Because the story is psychologically delicious. It is delicious the way sugar is delicious, not nourishing but stimulating. A story gives the mind things it loves: drama, identity, emotion, meaning, importance. Without the story, the event is just an event. But with the story, you become the hero, or the victim, or the misunderstood genius, or the man who will rise again. The mind loves these roles. They make existence feel important. Think of it like this: a plain glass of water is truth, clean, simple, quiet. But the human mind prefers a cocktail. Add bitterness, add sweetness, add spice, add intoxication. That cocktail is the story. And the more emotional the story is, the more the psyche drinks it again and again. This is why human beings replay stories endlessly. A man will repeat the same grievance for 20 years, not because it is accurate, but because it feeds something inside him. The grievance gives him identity, the struggle gives him meaning, the dream gives him hope. Remove the story, and suddenly there is silence. No drama, no hero, no victim, just life unfolding. And for most people, that silence feels unbearable. So the mind quickly manufactures another story, another narrative, another intoxication. And this is what makes it the greatest narcotic ever invented. Alcohol wears off, drugs wear off, but a psychological story, a human being can remain drunk on it for an entire lifetime. The mind is constantly narrating reality, and the moment you mistake the narration for yourself, you are already intoxicated. In the end, the human being is not imprisoned by reality, he is imprisoned by the stories he tells about reality. Stories about who he is, stories about what happened to him, stories about what he must become. These stories comfort him, they entertain him, they give him drama, purpose, identity, and so he drinks them every day, not from a bottle, but from his own mind. The tragedy is not that the story exists, the tragedy is that he never questions it. He protects it, defends it, builds his entire life around it, never realizing that the thing he calls me is often nothing more than a well rehearsed narrative. And the moment a man sees this clearly, without philosophy, without effort, something strange happens. The story loosens, the intoxication fades, and for the first time in his life, he is no longer living inside the script. He is simply awake to what is.